Hello everyone, it's Doom here once again, watching a recording of another Blizzard game. This time, Heroes of the Storm on the Alterac Valley map. And yeah, the reason I actually decided to do this is that whilst I do have some Smashcraft to upload, I feel like it's actually kind of low quality. It's basically been stuff I've been having for a rainy season, but felt like we're never really good to upload. So I decided this is kind of a bit of a replacement. I'm not sure if it's going to be too amazing. This is the right, never mind, it is the right side of the map. So I am playing Cho, the moving part of the ogre, which means I'm in a party with the Gaul to play Cho Gaul. And yeah. Cho'Gall's actually a really interesting character. I really like playing him. Either Cho or Gaul. I play a lot. Anyhow, we're the team of Cho'Gall, Kael'thas, Anna, D.Va against a team of Kahira, Probius, Kel'Thuzad, Mei, and Stukov. And another thing you'll notice if you know anything about Cho'Gall is that that bomb didn't explode. I noticed that right away. And I don't believe it'll show on the recording, but it's actually something I do constantly, is like in whispers, is telling my buddy Vilava, who's new to the game, your E explodes my E. And I basically just tell him every time. So every time you see that rune bomb not exploding, just imagine me opening up the chat box and letting him know that fact. I can understand why some people, there you go, you see that exploded. I understand why some people might dislike that. It can feel like they're badgering the new player. And to that, I actually agree. You generally don't want to badger someone when they're new. In my opinion, trying to boss around a new player and tell them exactly what to do is just going to confuse the new player and frustrate you. I'm just trying to punch Mei because I'm a very aggressive player like that. This is actually a 2v2, despite looking like there's only one due to how Cho'Gall works. That's really something you really need to understand about Cho'Gall, is that he's actually two players in one, in pretty much every aspect. And that's generally why he sucks so bad in competitive, but is so good in casual. This is casual. It's very low level casual. Yeah. What else is there to talk about? I guess it's something I can ramble about is my opinion of all the MOBAs, because I actually like MOBAs a lot. They're actually one of my favorite genres in theory. The only problem is I feel like every MOBA actually is just garbage. And I don't want to play any of them that much outside of the fact I really want to just play a MOBA. It's kind of a lose-lose where I really like the genre. In the similar manner how I really like RTS, I played a lot of Command & Conquer when I was younger, and Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2 were one of my favorite games. I've started to like them a lot less because I've liked Blizzard a lot less recently, but I can still like the games, even if I want to kill whoever is in charge of the company really badly, because they are bad at their jobs and are stupid and greedy. This is a 2v3, so it's like, oh hey, that's 2v3, and I realize I can go in. But then Kel'Thuzad immediately shows up and evens it out. And then Stukov immediately shows up to even it out. Well, that's fine. Cho'Gall with a healer is generally pretty handy. Especially a high healer like Auriel or Anna, but I decided to recall anyway. Because the thing is, when you also have that big health bar, you're also a drain on mana, so sometimes it's still okay to just recall, especially when you're not immediately needed. Here, Anna has to ping me a million times. I'll be like, oh yeah, I can do this real quick. That's generally something. Whenever, it feels very surreal when people call me good at this game. Or in League of Legends, people did that too. It's like, I'm not good at all. It's just some people see, oh, you dodge a skill shot, and that must mean you're amazing. Hear that? I believe that explosion misses, but you can still just punch Kel'Thuzad, and he gets killed by our Gaul. Here I dodge Anna's bomb, and I realize, wait a second, I need to stand still for the healing right about now. Yeah, and I live with a sliver of HP. Having killed the Kel'Thuzad, but done actually nothing to really stop them. Do congratulate the healer, though. Always congratulate the healer when they keep you alive. It makes them more inclined to heal you in the future. That's really how you get the healer on your side, is you compliment them, and you never ever imply that it was their fault. Unless they're being a jerk, in which case, yeah. You just make do without their healing in that case. Dodge the Kel'Thuzad. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about my opinion of all the MOBAs, wasn't I? I think Heroes of the Storm is the best design, but it also has the least amount of, like, things. All the characters are they're decently similar, in my opinion. Well, I guess there's, like, the outliers, like, again, Shogal and the Lost Vikings, but all of the auto-attacking hyper carries play the exact same. They're just better or worse, and that's basically it. It's like here, Mei is a tank, and it's like, do you see anyone else playing Rexxar? No, Mei exists. Do you see anyone play Jaina? No, Kel'Thuzad exists. Do you see anyone playing Sonya? No, Kira exists. And that's generally one of my bigger gripes with the game, is that characters play very similar, so you just pick the best one, and then the outliers like Abathur don't make up for it. But it's still probably the best, especially when it comes to map design and balance. I think it's the best. Sure, Dota 2 is arguably more balanced, but then again, that game hasn't changed in 7 years or something like crazy like that. And also, Ice Frog is just complexity addiction, the character, and Dota 2 is basically Gen 5 Weather Wars, where it's a team of wind buttons going against another team of wind buttons. I remember my complaint about in this game how characters basically play the exact same. Imagine that with Dota, except replace exact same with everyone does increasingly crazily different things, but it all amounts to the exact same result of I win instantly when this happens. Yeah, I don't like Dota. It's definitely better than Modern League, but back then when the rivalry was really fierce, I was actually a League fan. I really like the lore of League too. I think it's actually the best lore back in the old days when it was Summoner. And at level 10 you have Heroics, and Gaul just picks the Shadow Bolts, which is fine. And I pick the Hammer because I'm basically like, well, I'm gonna need to be solo for this despite being Cho. That's fine. Sure, Gaul is also probably a pretty decent beginner because you can do the macro, but the thing is, I am not the type for that macro play because I suck at macro. It's like, people, again, when it gets very weird and people call me good, because like, I have no macro skills. Like, oh sure, I dodge skill shots and don't die, even when I do really stupid things, but why did I do those really stupid things? That's the thing. I still made the stupid decision. It's like, early there and over here when I was getting destroyed and saved by Anna. It's like, why was I even there? There wasn't really a point to it. We weren't going to get the objective. Okay, sure, we killed Kel'Thuzad, but I could have just taken mid and pushed a wave or went all the way top, or yeah, we'd still lose the objective, but we still didn't get it when I was there, so what was the point? You could always kill Kel'Thuzad later. Here I do use the pushback of the Cho heroic, the Hammer, to push Pro-Ria, so that's fine. I actually went with a Q build since I got the Hammer, and you could get attack speed on your Q. It's not exactly amazing, but Cho'Gall isn't exactly amazing, so you can basically just do whatever the hell you want as far as I'm concerned. I'm not an expert player, I'm very bad at this game, but yeah. No, what are the other most? Heroes of New Earth is Dota 1.5 and nobody cares about it. And there's another MOBA, but I forgot its name. And here's just a basic team fight. Kel'Thuzad kills 2 of them. Here the Pro-Ria activates his hero, and I was like, I probably don't want to do that. There's no reason to do something incredibly stupid if you realize it's incredibly stupid. And in that case, there was no reason to fight that Pro-Ria because it was incredibly stupid, and I realized it was incredibly stupid. And then there's Gaul. Besides, now that he doesn't have his heroic, I can bash him up much easier. Especially with the Ana to keep my health high. However, the entire team there, and again, why am I here? I don't have my entire team. Oh, now I do. And it would be nice if I had all of my health, instead of having to run away and go do nothing. Focusing on the tank isn't strictly a good idea, but, well, I do get the kill. And that leaves me against 3 of them, and I'm at no health. But we end up winning just fine. After all, they used their stuff on us, and hey, look at us, we have a sliver of health. And again, I had to be pinged to do this midway because I have no macro skills. I was planning on recalling like a dum-dum. And if you're gonna recall, don't use the tap. There's no reason to. But hey, my brain works, and I actually decide on my own to go back in because I have health again, thanks to using the fountain. And with that, we get the thingy, the cavalry, that lets us push. I will have to admit, I think Heroes of the Storm has like genuinely good map design, and it's at the very least pretty much inarguably the best of the, or at least when it comes to the map design. It's pretty much near objectively the best. I'm not gonna say objectively, I said near objectively. And there is a distinction. Also, earlier there, Valava the Gaul did their first call of now push. You know, he's getting there, he's getting there. And we can still destroy this May, because it's actually a 2v1, and we don't have something more important to destroy. And I think that's another no explosion bomb, so you know what I'm doing. Just really quick whilst I'm auto-attacking those minions. You press E to make your bomb explode. Repetition and all that. I said earlier that I was going to talk about new players. Again, it could be argued that just telling them over and over again is annoying to them, and it basically doesn't really do anything and might frustrate me and whatnot. And I do agree that you shouldn't try and boss around new players, but I think it's still very important you tell them what they do, or at the very, very least what they can do. And if they don't realize what they can and can't do, then you need to keep telling them until they understand it. Again, that bomb didn't explode. It could have exploded. Why didn't he not explode? It's his button. And I don't really remember I did it like in a very forceful way. I was just kind of in a very very robotic way of like following a script, basically, of just when I throw E, you can push E to make it explode, just over and over. Yeah, that's basically what I did for Smash Bros. I don't know if it showed up on any recordings, but I always try and tell new players their buttons, if possible, or at least tell them to read their abilities so they understand what they do. But I try not to but I try to keep myself from bossing them around and telling them what to do, and try and let them figure it out. But I think that's still different than telling them what to do in a bossing around fashion. Only telling them what they can do is more important. Hero's Hammer Heroic is mostly there for the passive attack damage increase, and there's me being stupid and mounting in the swamp. Don't do that. Yeah. I'm not a very good player despite dodging those skill shots and whatnot, and sort of getting out with like no HP at the nick of time. I tell you, no, I just have no macro skills at all whatsoever. Definitely a player weakness. Oh yeah, I might actually end up making a Heroes of the Storm playlist, and I'll have to go include the trash that we first uploaded back when I was a brat that just copied stuff like an idiot. and Let's Play Cave Story. That was probably my first okay Let's Play. Still bad, but it's at least watchable in my opinion. Here we charge in, take 0 damage because we have a massive health bar, and also I don't think they hit much of us due to the Stukov. We do get pulled by KT and can't really do anything, but hey, we have a wave here to push, so that's fine. And then he charges back in, so I get the charge punch on him, the dash punch, the surging fist, aka Hadouken, despite not being a Hadouken. And once we had that, we just autoed him and then hammered him for the kill. Again, it's not exactly a good build, but I did go the Q Cho build where you just punch people and then smack them about with a hammer. It's the closest to self-sufficient Cho can get, but for the most part, he's basically just a meat wall that gets Gaul to places. I prefer playing Gaul because he actually, like, does things. I think I was the actual one that called the retreat pings, but I might be remembering wrong. I definitely called these two. I remember these two. Those two retreat pings I did. I'm not sure about the ones here. That might have been Kel'Thuzad, I believe, but I was 100% the one that did these two others. I remember those. Here we're trapped inside the base, but we can just break our ways out just fine. They didn't have the ability to punish us. Definitely getting more lag spikes than I'd like, so maybe not the hero. So maybe I could try live. That might be better. I don't know. You know, live would be worse. Way worse. Never mind. I definitely don't want to do live. The replay is getting lag. It's sad, but oh well. It goes to show how shit my computer is. Yes, we punched someone with a hammer. That's how ogres work. They can punch people with hammers, and that wins us the game. I think that everyone should have a nice day. For Doom is signing out. Goodbye. Oh yeah, I also got the MVP, but that doesn't show in the replay, I believe. Yes, I was able to get the MVP mostly because I just didn't die. That's kind of how MVP works. Oh, it does show up. Yes, Dr. Thrax as Cho, 4 kills, 9 assists, 0 deaths. And that 0 deaths is really important. It's like 29% hero damage, pathetic. 21% XP contribution, pathetic. But not dying made me look better. And yeah, goodbye.